Here's how Apple is making your iPhone more personal with iOS 16. Welcome everybody to Apple Insider. It is Andrew here, and you can find me on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and subscribe and enable those notifications so you don't miss a single video. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through iOS 16 and the little touches that are making it more personal and personalized than ever. And it really is a great way to see how much Apple is touching multiple aspects of our lives through this one device. So let's go ahead and dive into this. If it helps you at all, please use the chapter markers that are tagged down below to skip to the sections that you care most about. Instantly, what I think is one of the most recognizable ways that Apple is making iOS more personal is with the overhauled lock screen experience. I've already done an entire video dedicated to these new lock screens, but Apple has a ton of new options to design the lock screen of your dreams. And that includes switching between lock screens throughout the day, so you can switch between multiple ones just like watch faces, but there is also complication or widget spots where you can add more personal information, whether you want to know the status of home accessories, whether you want to know battery levels or weather information. There is so much that you can do to make it exactly what you want to see in a home screen or lock screen. Additionally, Apple has the ability to show your photos, featured photos right there on your lock screen. And I love this, and you can customize it so it can show those photos at different intervals. So maybe every time you pick up your phone, it's a new photo that's been featured in your Photos app. And I love the way they're able to identify these photos and bring them to the lock screen. And it's reliving those memories every time you pick up your iPhone. It's kind of a small touch, but I just love the way that it makes your iPhone feel more personal than it ever had before. If I could just interrupt myself for one moment, I have to thank our sponsor for this video, Jamf. Jamf is the de facto standard in Apple mobile device management, and it's trusted by more than 62,000 businesses, schools, and hospitals. Apple's exceptional hardware is only half of the equation. How you secure, manage, and empower your users with that technology is the other half, and Jamf makes that happen. Jamf has the ability to scale to any business, whether you've got just a handful of iPhones or iPads or tens of thousands of iPhones, iPads, Macs, or Apple TVs, Jamf can be your solution. Jamf is ready to scale to any size business, whether you've got a handful of iPads or you have tens of thousands of iPhones, iPads, Macs, and Apple TVs. Jamf can be the solution. Recently, it introduced App Installers, which is an automated way for IT teams to update third-party Mac apps when a new version is released. Jamf automatically sources, packages, and deploys the new versions, ensuring users have the latest features and security patches. On a personal note, I've actually had the opportunity to sit down with several organizations that have rolled out Jamf MDM solutions in their businesses, and they have always spoken extremely highly of Jamf software and credited it with making all of their goals a reality. You can get started today and start your free trial by following the link that is down in the description or by heading to jamf.com. Thank you again very much to Jamf for sponsoring this video. iOS 16 combined with watchOS 9 is also taking sleep tracking to an all-new level. When wearing your Apple Watch to bed at night and enabling that sleep mode or sleep focus, it's able to track your sleep throughout the night. And with these new updates, it's actually able to track you through multiple stages of sleep. Now, it'll know when you're going to bed, how long you are in bed. When you're in bed, are you sleeping or are you using your phone? How long did it take you to get to sleep? And when you finally do get to sleep, it can track you through those stages throughout the night. Apple breaks it down from awake, REM sleep, core sleep, and deep sleep. It knows all this information about you now, and it's really great to be able to see how your sleep is affecting the rest of your life by tracking your mood or activity and other things, and looking at this data through the Health app or through third-party applications and seeing how it all correlates to one another. It's incredible how much Apple is able to do with the devices we already have just through these software updates. And of course, there's that whole wonderful sleeping experience that goes with by putting your phone into sleep mode, your Apple Watch into sleep mode, and then waking up in the morning, getting notifications from what you missed while you were in that focus mode. Just everything together is a wonderful experience and very personal to you and how you use all of your devices. As I was talking about sleep, I had briefly mentioned focus modes, and that's also something that's just inherently personal. I mean, you're creating these focus modes based on exactly what you're doing, whether it's working, going to the movies, relaxing, playing games, sleeping, anything like that. Everyone has different preferences in each of these kind of focuses or modes of their life. And these are crucial to how you use your device these days. With iOS 16, it goes further. There's things like these focus filters that you can break down by application. For example, maybe in Safari, you want to hide all these tab groups that you use while you're working. You don't want to see your work tabs at night. You just want to be able to focus on the ones that you enjoy. So you can hide and show tab groups based on the focus that you're in. Focuses can also now be scheduled. You can have them turn on and off at different times of the day. So if you work till 4:30 or 5 and it's a hard stop, you can immediately then switch that focus. Switching that focus can also change your lock screen and your Apple Watch screen to go with. So maybe I like to see certain things on my lock screen while I'm at work, maybe my calendar, but as soon as I'm done with work, done. Switch it off. I want to switch to my rings. I want to switch to weather. I want to switch to anything else but thinking about work. Focus modes are huge, and iOS 16 just makes them even more personal and more granular in how you can set and control them. What about passwords? Is there anything more personal than a password? I guess maybe like banking information or something, but that's kind of secured with your password. So they kind of go together. But in the future, Apple's looking to get rid of passwords. It's looking to replace passwords with passkeys, which are encrypted and stored locally on your devices and shared through iCloud, so they sync to all of your actual Apple devices. And they even work cross-platform with Android and Windows devices too. There's some really cool stuff that they're doing here. Now, Passkeys isn't really fully implemented in current betas of iOS 16, so there's not a ton that we can get from it at the moment, but it's really interesting to see how Apple could replace our passwords basically with our devices. We have them around us anyway. Why do you need anything other than the biometrics of you and your device? It seems to be all you need. Another big personal part of your life is your wallet. And for some time, Apple has been steadily pushing to replace your physical wallet with the Wallet app on iPhone. In years past, Apple has kept marching forward towards this end goal by introducing things like your home key, your car key, your credit cards, and even your ID card. All of that has been introduced, and iOS 16 is again taking things further. You're able to share these things more easily through that app. You're actually able to authenticate yourself through your ID through applications. So if you're buying alcohol, which requires you to be 21 to purchase, I can share things like my birth year through my identification that I've added to the Wallet app with these third-party marketplaces, which is more secure, inherently personal, and very cool and seamless. There's a lot Apple is doing with these wallets, and I think it's really interesting. Apple's also doing Pay Later with Apple Pay this year, which is kind of ties into this, but I don't think it's a hugely personal thing. Just another neat way to be able to use your wallet and Apple Pay to cover purchases if that's more to your budget. If you can't pay for something upfront, you're able to spread that payment out over the course of a few payments. It can definitely be crucial and help some people out in a time of need, though you obviously don't want to get into the habit of paying for things later. Another one of my favorite features that's incredibly personal is the ability to track medications now through the Health app. It'll not only track your medications, but it'll show you everything you need to know about them, including what the pills or medications may look like. And it'll actually watch for different drug interactions that could be potentially dangerous to you. So another way Apple is looking out for you through the Health app, it makes sure that you're logging those medications each day, taking them, and it even reminds you on your Apple Watch with a dedicated medications app. So there's some really neat stuff Apple is doing that is just getting more and more personal. There are other personal aspects of iOS 16 too. Littler things like local news from your area showing up in the news widget, or Apple's revamp of the Home app to look a whole lot better, work a lot better, and be more responsive than it had ever in the past, as well as opening up new accessory options for users. There's a lot coming here with iOS 16 as well as Apple's other platforms, and I'm excited. Something about iPhone, it never felt customizable. iOS just didn't have that openness as Android did, but now out of the box, it just seems that iPhone is becoming a really personal device. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comments, or better yet, on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. And stay tuned, I have a lot more videos coming your way.